Well, good morning. Welcome to Sonnenberg. I feel strange saying that, but I invite you to stand for our opening hymn, Mountain of God. You should find it on the screen, and I'll help lead you through it. 1, 2, 3, ready. Let us go to a place that is pure, to learn about love and wipe away tears, to melt swords of steel and hearts made of stone, set prisoners free, give strangers a home. So come, come as you are, oh come, from near and far, oh come, salvation will taste as we climb the mountain of God. From each corner and end of the earth, we'll gather together to sing of your worth. A blind who can see and weary who rest, good news for the poor, freedom for oppressed. So come, come as you are, oh come, from near and far, oh come, salvation will taste as we climb the mountain of God. Awaits for all who believe, all who in the mercy do justice, walk humbly with Christ as our guide. United will be, living the kingdom secure in God's peace. So come, come as you are, oh come, from near and far, oh come, salvation will taste as we climb the mountain of God. Seated.
Welcome to worship here at Sonnenberg Mennonite Church this morning, this Sunday, October 13th. It is a blessing to be able to gather this morning together. It is a privilege to have the Varsity singers from Central Christian School here to join with us and lead us in song and in worship and music this morning, led by Tim Shue. Also delighted to have Dave Nickel here from Mennonite Mission Network, who will share after the choir as well a word from the network and from the Lord and from Dave. For our call to worship, join with me as I read from Psalm 95. Come, let us sing for joy to the Lord. Let us shout aloud to the rock of our salvation. Let us come before him with thanksgiving and extol him with music and song. For the Lord is the great God, the great King above all gods. In his hand are the depths of the earth, and the mountain peaks belong to him. For the sea is his, for he made it, and his hands formed the dry land. Come, let us bow down in worship. Let us kneel before the Lord our Maker, for he is our God, and we are the people of his pasture, the flock under his care. Lord, open our hearts and our minds to receive what message you have for us this morning. As we welcome Tim and the Varsity Singers.
Good morning, and thank you. We did a verse in German for your Eric Workentine from Brazil, so I wanted to make him feel at home. So that's a song I remember learning a number of years ago when I was a student at Heston College, and it's always been one of my core hymns that I always refer to. I'd like to think about how many students I've taught that were members of Sonnenberg through the years, and it's just so many. And so I just thank you for entrusting us and me with so many students through the years. It's really been a blessing in my musical life. Our next song is called In Meeting We Are Blessed. And I didn't plan it this way, but I realized that a lot of my songs for all of my choirs this year deal with the concept of Christian friendship, of support, and how to take care of one another. And there's so many, it's so easy to get caught up in big world problems and big world issues. But for me, the way I deal with it, I boil it down to who am I in contact with on a daily basis? Who are my friends at school, my local church? These are the people that I need to take care of and that I need to entrust to take care of me. So this next piece is a song about that local fellowship of need and friendship. Our next piece is a beautiful, also a German melody, and it's a children's hymn that's been arranged by Larry Nickel. Some of you may be familiar with him, a Canadian Mennonite composer. This is Can You Count the Many Stars, one of the most lush arrangements that I've ever had the privilege of conducting. And I always like to have the students introduce themselves so you know who is in front of you. So maybe what grade you're in and where you're from.
Hi, I'm Sarah Lynn Sternholm. I'm a junior and I'm from Kidron.
Hi, I'm Aaron Meidel. I'm a senior and I'm from Worcester.
I am Hannah Himes. I'm a sophomore and I am from Kidron.
I'm Andrew Schreier. I'm a senior and I'm from Worcester.
I'm Sarah Miller. I'm a junior and I'm from Millersburg.
I'm Luke Schreier. I'm a junior and I'm from Worcester.
I'm Kate Holton. I'm a junior and I'm from Millersburg.
I'm Aaron Laird. I'm a junior and I'm from Apple Creek.
I'm Naomi Himes. I'm a senior and I'm from Kidron.
I'm Drew Boticher. I'm a junior from Worcester.
I'm Nevaeh Dickens. I'm a senior from Worcester.
I'm Jude Patterson. I'm a sophomore from Kidron.
I'm Harper Shue. I'm a senior from Kidron.
I'm Brian Martin. I'm a junior from Worcester.
I'm Caitlin Miller. I'm a senior from Kidron.
And I don't know if you can tell, but we're running on about 3 cylinders. Like, I don't remember so many kids being recovering from sickness like this last 2 weeks. So I just really love talking this close to this microphone that's been an inch from every one of their mouths. All right. So I think our next song is an arrangement of Kumbaya, which if you're like my age, you're thinking that's absolutely hilarious. These kids probably have never heard the song before. They have no recollection of singing Kumbaya around a campfire, I don't think. So it's fresh and it's new, and I should have never said that because now they might feel deflated, like, we thought we had the cutting edge song of the year. But anyway, you all know that it's simply a phrase of, come be here with us, Jesus. And I love this arrangement by Stacy Gibbs. And our final song of this little set is Set Me as a Seal. And just another gorgeous piece that I think is a favorite, at least for several of these students up here. And it's special to me because 24 years ago, I got to get my math right, this was sung at Jennifer and my wedding with a men's choir that I had selected. And we waited to get married for the year 2000 because the math is really easy. So 2024 minus, yes, 24 years. So this is Set Me as a Seal. Also sing. So if you take out your hymnal, your blue hymnal, and turn to 81, and let's stand together. This is best done very vigorously. Praise.
I do remember singing Kumbaya, but I'm pretty sure it didn't sound anything quite like that. I ran into Tim a couple weeks ago, and I think I asked, what songs they were going to sing, and he either pretended not to remember or know in the moment, or he didn't remember the songs and deferred to Harper, and she said Kumbaya, and I thought she was joking. And no, they were serious. They really were singing Kumbaya. So thank you, Varsity Singers, for sharing your music with us this morning. It has been rich. This Sunday came together, and I had asked Tim about coming a couple Sundays later when I wasn't going to be here, and he said the 13th was going to work, so we made the 13th work. And then there was also going to be someone from MMN coming to share, and so I was like, well, am I going to preach or not this Sunday? Do I need to preach a mini-sermon or not at all? And so we thought we'd give Dave a few more minutes of sharing from Mennonite Mission Network. And what's funny, Dave is also a pastor and would have been preaching on the same passage that I would have been preaching on had either of us preached this morning. So I don't know if you're planning to talk much about Hannah at all, but we look forward to a word from you, from greetings from your congregation, and from the network. I'll say a little bit about Dave, not too much. We were at Heston together. And so all I'll say about that is that I got to be a part of some of Dave's RA initiation. So you might see a little bit more about that in a little bit. But grateful to have Dave here. Dave spent some time as a chaplain in prison work and is now pastoring at First Mennonite in Lincoln, in Nebraska, and has been there, was it 10 years? 10 years, and was a chaplain in the prison for, was it 4 years? So thank you for coming. MMN has had a gathering of their board meeting, so Dave is a board member for Mennonite Mission Network, and there's lots of pastors or board members speaking in the area. So Dave was originally assigned to Salem, but someone there had their previous pastors there, and so he got stuck with us. And I couldn't figure out if this was meant to be or not, but we'll see how much I regret letting Dave come up here and share. But it's so good to have you, Dave. Come on.
Good morning. I am excited to be with you. I'm a little intimidated to be with you just because after singing like that, I feel like we should just sit quietly. And who wants to listen? So if you want to just sit quietly, just like turn your hearing aids off or pretend you don't have hearing aids or that you do and you can turn them off. I'm totally fine with that because I still need some time to sit and think. Thank you for your music. I'm excited that I have a little bit of extra time. I'm here on behalf of Mission Network, and I'll get to that eventually. But I think I'm wearing 3 hats this morning. My first hat, I'm kind of surprised Glenn didn't share this. Glenn and I are outlaws. So Aaron's brother is married to my wife's sister. So we're not in-laws, we're outlaws. And we got to hang out a bit at Jason, Aaron's brother's wedding a few years ago, and that was great because we got to reconnect because I'd known Glenn for a few more years, as he's already referenced. We were friends. More than the RA initiation, we were friends at Heston College, and I even have proof. So I looked for this picture before I left. I couldn't find it. My wife found it yesterday, and she's like, Dave, do you really want to show this picture? Because it's more embarrassing to you than it is to him. And I said, no, that's great. Like, I feel much more comfortable with people after I've embarrassed myself in front of them. But this is the RA initiation that Glenn was telling you about. He is wearing my clothes. He's wearing his own clothes today. But in this picture, he's wearing my clothes. And he has assigned me to wear a sheet. So if I am mean this morning a little bit, I think it's justified, right? Like, I'm a pacifist, but still I have a little retribution in me sometimes. One of the first times I met Glenn, I was playing ultimate frisbee in the lawn by the library. Glenn was leaving basketball conditioning or something to that effect, and he was walking by, and he's like, "What you guys doing?" And we said we were playing ultimate. He acted as if he didn't know what ultimate was. I don't know if that's true or not, but he wanted us to tell him all the rules, and we did, and then he proceeded to just whip us all in ultimate frisbee. And I came from that experience, I came to realize that Glenn's just good at everything. And I told him that, and he said, "Well, no, I'm not." And so he's humble too. So I think it's really appropriate that I get to be here during Pastor Appreciation Month and tell you that you should appreciate your pastor because he's good at everything. Maybe that's because he's one of the most high energy people I've ever met. That's good, because with humility, high energy goes well. So I hope you tell Glenn how much you appreciate him. You are very fortunate to have him as a pastor, and I am very fortunate to be able to tell you that. So yeah, I hope you can appreciate Glenn's high energy passion with me. Second hat, taking off my friend of your pastor hat and putting on my next hat. I bring greetings, next slide, from First Mennonite Church in Lincoln, Nebraska. So, along with being a prison chaplain, another thing that I did, am I picking? Yeah, okay. We served, my wife Laura and I served in Ukraine together. And in Ukraine, we were in the unregistered Baptist church, and they had this awesome tradition that I'm trying to start in the United States. They had this tradition that whenever you were in a congregation visiting, that you brought greetings from your home congregation. There was a time in the service, along with sharing and prayer, there was a greeting time where you came up and you greeted people on behalf of your congregation. So I greet you on behalf of First Mennonite Church. After that, then I go and I greet First Mennonite Church on behalf of Sonnenberg Mennonite Church. And it's not just I greet you, it's we tell each other how we see the Spirit moving in each other's congregations. I think this was a carryover from Soviet times when they were an unregistered church. They couldn't send out a church newsletter. They couldn't communicate about what was going on in their churches, so they had to gather and they had to bring greetings from each other. So I want to tell you that the Spirit is moving in First Mennonite in Lincoln, and I'm excited to be a part of your service this morning and to be able to next week tell First Mennonite Lincoln about how the Spirit is moving here. So I bring greetings on behalf of First Mennonite Church. Now my official hat that I'm putting on, I bring greetings on behalf of Mennonite Mission Network. I'm on the board at Mennonite Mission Network, and so I bring greetings. I tell you that the Spirit is moving with Mennonite Mission Network. And I have a question, congregational participation here. How many people have been involved in Mennonite Mission Network? How many people have been involved in Mennonite Mission Network? You can raise your hands. You can raise them proudly because the Mennonite Mission Network guy is up front, so proudly raise your hands.
Can you go back to when it was MBM?
Okay, how about MBM or Mennonite Mission Network? Mennonite Board of Missions. We're playing alphabet soup here, okay. Yes, great. Well, thank you. I am going to tell a bit of a personal moment in mission this morning. When the denomination a person from the denomination called me and said, "Would you be willing to be on the Mission Network board?" I said no. Because I sat, like if somebody had said, "Raise your hand," I sat in the congregation and I had kept my hand down because I hadn't been involved in Mennonite Mission Network, or I thought I hadn't, and I was like, why would they want a person like me to serve on the board? Maybe because everybody else had already said no. That's very possible. I don't know. I didn't ask. But I was unsure about it. I did a little bit of research on it, and I realized that I was unsure about the word mission. I was unsure about the way missions had been done, and that word mission in my mind had some negative connotations to it. But I'm thankful that even though I said no, the person on the other end of the line said, well, think about it a little bit before you say no. And during that time that I thought about it, I did some research. And I found that Mennonite Mission Network Mennonite Mission Network believes in doing decolonial mission work. It's about partnerships. Glenn and I and some others were talking about the Argentina partnership. It's not about us and them. It's about walking together, following Jesus together, serving Jesus together. It's about accompaniment. It's about doing this stuff in Argentina, across the world, across the street. It's about doing missions everywhere. So I'm excited that my few years with Mission Network has actually put the word mission back in my pastoral word bank. It's put the word mission back in my pastoral toolbox to say it's not something that's done heavy-handed necessarily. It's not Jesus being shoved down somebody's throat. It is walking together, serving Jesus together, figuring out how to follow Jesus together as a network. I got really excited a few years ago. I like that too. We collaborate. There's the words that Mission Network uses. We collaborate in learning and mutual sharing through a lens of decolonization. We discern together the resources we can share and walk alongside our partners with humility and love. I'm thankful that Mission Network has helped me to see that's what mission looks like. If you'll flip to the next slide. A couple of years ago, I think it was 2021, it might have been during the pandemic, Mission Network did this awesome podcast called Mission Wary, and the full title of the podcast was From Mission Wary to Missionary, and I think that it describes how the transformation that's happening in my mind, in my heart, with the idea of mission. So the about on the podcast, if you haven't listened to this, it's wonderful. I think there are like 6 episodes. It's really great. Service, calling, colonialism, pain. The word mission, in quotes, can bring up a wide range of emotions. Join Linda Hollinger-Jansen and Travis Dirksen as they talk with pastors, thought leaders, and partners around the world about what makes some people mission-wary and other people missionaries. And it's a podcast from Mission Network. I strongly, if mission is a word that's complicated to you, I strongly encourage you to use this resource. This is a way to be involved in Mennonite Mission Network. They are planning another season of Mission Wary, which I'm very, very excited about. It is a way to thank conscientious objectors, people who did 1W, people who did alternative service, PACs, people who served in alternate ways to serving in the military. It's one of my passions. I love to go around and ask people about their alternative service and the ways that it shaped them. There are some farming communities very near Lincoln, where I live, where I have gone and helped do meat canning, which I heard is coming up this week. I've gone and helped do meat canning in a couple of these communities, and I sit with the same 70 to 80-year-old guys, maybe now 85, 90-year-old guys, and I hear the same stories every year, over and over and over again, about how when they were 18 years old, they did alternative service, and it has shaped how they think about life. And I've learned that not a lot of people have said thank you the way people who have done service in other ways get thanked regularly. And so I'm really excited that one of the many things, like Mission Network is this humongous umbrella. One of the many ways Mission Network is working right now is to put together this podcast series, talking with former 1W, former PACs, former alternative service workers about their time. If there are people in this congregation, Travis Dirksen, Mission Network, reach out to him. If you want to tell your story, or if you have heard a family member, a friend tell the same stories over and over and over again, and they're good stories, call up Travis and have him talk, have him do a missionary podcast, including these people. It's really great, and I want another raise of hands. Are there folks here who did alternative service? Folks here who did alternative service? I didn't ask if permission for this, but I'm just going to do it. Like, can we say thank you to you all? Keep your hands raised. Can we say thank you to you all? Thank you for your service. Thank you for the ways that it's shaped your life and your worldview. And please help us. Help us, now that we don't have a draft, help us figure out how, those of us who are a little younger, how our lives can be shaped by service. Next slide. Mennonite Mission Network, and this is part, like what I'm talking about is part of this. I don't think this is the official mission statement, but this is what people say at the board meetings over and over and over again, and it's awesome. And so I want you to read it with me. Mennonite Mission Network exists, I want to hear some people please, exists to lead, mobilize, and equip the church to participate in the holistic witness to Jesus Christ in a broken world. Mennonite Mission Network exists to lead, mobilize, and equip the church to participate in holistic witness to Jesus Christ in a broken world. The main hat that I'm wearing today is to say thank you all. Mennonite Mission Network is our denomination's mission agency. It's everybody who's part of this congregation, everybody who's part of this denomination is involved, has been involved in the work of Mennonite Mission Network. So next time I come, when Glenn lets me come up here and tell some more stories about college, I'm going to say how many people have been involved in Mission Network, and I think we should all raise our hands, because that's what we do. We are the church, and we are participating in the holistic witness to Christ in a broken world. I have a 2-minute video that will complete my presentation. You can see not just these, but other ways that Mission Network is involved. Thank you for serving with Mission Network. Thank you for supporting with your prayers. Thank you for supporting with your dollars. Thank you for the ways in which you all are doing. There's no us and them. There's no you and me. The way we all are doing mission together. Thank you.